Why does a single dark thought feel like it can ruin your entire week, while 100 good ones seem to vanish without a trace? The answer isn't about willpower. It's about mechanics. We've been taught to fight our inner storms, to argue with worry, to smother fear with forced positivity. But this battle is exhausting because you're using the wrong weapons. You're trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Negative thinking isn't just a thought, it's an entire ecosystem. It feeds on the very attention you give it, growing stronger the moment you resist. Positive thoughts are like birds, they land, sing, and fly away. But negativity digs in, builds a nest, and claims your mind as its home. So how do you evict it? The solution isn't a better thought. It's discovering the silent room inside you where all thoughts are merely visitors. Think of your average day. It's flowing. Then, a sharp email, a careless comment, a sudden memory. The peace shatters. Instantly, a cascade begins. One thought spawns 10. An emotion, anger, hurt, tightens your chest. In seconds, you're no longer living your day. You're trapped inside a drama your mind just wrote, starring you as the victim. This isn't your fault. It's the ancient, default software of the human brain, the reactive mind. Its prime directive is simple: spot a threat, real or imagined, and launch a counterattack. But what if the mind sees threats everywhere? A judgment is a threat. Future traffic is a threat. A stray thought about your worth becomes a life-or-death trial in a mental courtroom where you play all the parts. Watch the cycle: trigger, interpretation, reaction. The reaction isn't a choice. It's a conditioned reflex, a fuse lit the same way for decades. This mental spark ignites a feeling in the body. Worry becomes a knot. Irritation becomes heat. Your physiology now believes the fiction your mind invented, preparing for a battle that exists only on the inside. And the spiral deepens. To manage this discomfort, the reactive mind shifts to control mode. It plans, it rehearses, it builds elaborate futures to defend against a tomorrow that isn't real. This projection is a massive thief of your life force. You're drained by possibilities that will never happen, held hostage by an imaginary future, robbed of the only moment you truly owns, now. But here's the subtlest trap of all. When you notice this inner chaos, your trained instinct is to fix it. Fight the bad thoughts. Force good ones. The mind cannot solve a problem created by its own mechanics. When you fight a thought, you give it your full attention. Trying to suppress an emotion is like holding a beach ball underwater, it demands constant effort and rockets back the moment you tire. You're using the reactive mind to solve a crisis it created. It's the ego trying to discipline itself. This inner civil war doesn't bring peace. It adds a second layer of pain, frustration. You feel broken. You think, what's wrong with me? But you're not broken. You're just stuck in a system designed to perpetuate itself. This state of chronic reactivity isn't a personal flaw. It's the shared inheritance of humanity. It's the root of so much stubborn anger and ambient anxiety. Most people live immersed in an ocean of triggers, constantly reacting to each wave, believing the answer is to become a stronger swimmer. But the endless struggle is the very definition of suffering. It all stems from a core belief: if I can just control the outside world and my inside thoughts, then I'll find calm. The brutal truth. The reactive mind is a storm. Using struggle and analysis to calm it only adds more wind and rain. If you're here, you likely sense this war can't be won. It must be abandoned. The source of unrest isn't the world, but your automatic response to it. So, what's the real alternative? It's not more effort. It's a profound, counterintuitive shift toward true calm. Let's redefine that word. Calm isn't weakness or passivity. It is pure, focused power. It is active readiness. Imagine the silent, still eye of a hurricane. Chaos swirls, but the center is quiet, and from that quiet, all true power organizes. Your mind is like the surface of a pond. When you react to every poke and prod, it's like endless wind creating choppy, turbulent water. Look into it, you see nothing but a distorted, blurry reflection. The bottom is hidden. Mud is stirred. This is the reactive mind. It cannot see reality, only its own disturbance. Decisions from this place are cloudy. Conversations are defensive. You're not responding to the person, but to the turbulence you project onto them. Now, let the wind cease. The surface settles. The water becomes a perfect mirror. You see the sky, the trees, with perfect clarity. And crucially, you see the bottom, the fish, the stones, the truth of what is. This is the calm mind. It doesn't invent or distort. It reflects what is. From this clarity, action arises effortlessly. The answer becomes obvious because you see the whole picture without the noise of your own reaction. The mechanism isn't fighting the waves. You can't force water to be still. The mechanism is allowing the wind to pass without resistance. This is the posture of the silent observer. Inside you, two identities operate. The first is the thinker, the familiar voice, the personality woven from memories, fears, and plans. It feels attacked, needs to defend, worries. It is fused with the mind's content. When a thought of sadness appears, it declares, "I am sad." But there is a second, deeper identity, the awareness that sees all of this. You are the screen, not the movie playing on it. It is the silent space where thoughts arise and fade. Who is aware that you're thinking? That can't be another thought. It's what exists before thought. This is the observer. Taking its posture means stepping back from the mind's drama and identifying with this background consciousness. You go from being the actor lost in the play, to being the audience in the theater, watching with detached curiosity. You see the angry thought, feel its heat, but you don't become it. You watch it like a dark cloud crossing the vast sky. The cloud is not the sky. The sky is the space that holds all clouds. Don't mistake observation for suppression. That's just another fight. Pushing down emotion is like gripping a tightly coiled spring. It takes exhausting force and will eventually snap back harder. Buried feelings don't die. They hide in the body, creating tension, illness, and explosive overreactions later. Observation is the opposite. It is radical permission. It's saying to fear or anger, "I see you. You are allowed to be here." You don't feed it with stories, but you don't push it away. You give it the space of your conscious attention to simply be. And then, something miraculous happens. The emotion, which is just energy, completes its natural cycle. It rises, peaks, and because it lacks the fuel of your resistance, it dissolves. You find that feelings only have power while you wrestle with them. The moment you stop fighting and simply allow, their grip loosens. This isn't passivity. It is immense courage, allowing life's current to flow through you without blockage. The observer is not numb, it is supremely sensitive. You feel everything more deeply, yet you are not destroyed by it. Calm isn't a distant goal achieved by mental strain. It is your fundamental nature, revealed when you stop mistaking yourself for the turbulence. It's the power that emerges when you trade the identity of the reactive thinker for the silent observer. It is the clarity of the still pond. This understanding is vital. But theory is useless mid-storm. You need a bridge. How do you move from the metaphor of the calm pond to the chaos of a stressful Tuesday? This shift trips most people up. The key isn't a grand promise, but a simple, repeatable mechanic. A three-step rhythm: recognize, allow, release. First, recognize. Shine the light of awareness on what's happening inside. It's the moment you pause and name it: ah, this is anxiety, or the mind is spinning a story. This simple act creates instant space. You are no longer fused with the worry, you are the awareness seeing the worry. It's like waking up inside a dream. The dream continues, but its reality softens. Second, allow. This is the most counterintuitive step. Your lifelong habit is to resist. Allowing is radical hospitality toward your present experience, however uncomfortable. It doesn't mean you agree with the thought. It means you stop fighting the rain that is already falling. Feel the emotion in the body. Where is the tightness, the heat? Let the sensation be there, raw, without the mental narrative. You become the vast sky holding the passing cloud. This is the antidote to suppression. Third, release. Here's the secret: release isn't an action. It's a result. When you truly recognize and allow, letting go happens naturally. The thought loses its sticky importance. It's like relaxing a fist you didn't know you were clenching. You don't force the fingers open, you just cease the tension. This practice isn't just for bad thoughts. The reactive mind also clings to praise and pleasant memories, disturbing your quiet. True peace isn't about only having happy thoughts, is it? It's about not needing any particular thought to be okay. Freedom is being the open space for all of them. Remember, there is no final destination called calm. Life is motion. Serenity isn't the absence of waves, but knowing you are the ocean depth, not the surface storm. Practice is how you remember. Take responsibility for your inner state. This isn't a burden, it's your ultimate power. Your peace doesn't depend on others changing, or the world being fair. The source is within, always accessible. Challenges will come. But you will meet them not from a center of fear, but from a space of clear, resilient quiet. If this connected with you, help this message reach others. Give this video a like, it truly supports the channel, and subscribe to Winds of Thought for more journeys inward. What is one insight you're taking away? Share it below.